Welcome back to the Fabulous 413. We are joined by Corey Harris, who began his career as a New Orleans street singer traveling throughout the southern U.S. and Cameroon. He's recorded many old songs of the blues tradition while also creating an original vision of the blues by adding influences from across the many stops in the African diaspora. With one foot in tradition and the other in contemporary experimentation, he's truly a unique voice in contemporary music.
He's performed and recorded and toured with many of the top names in music like B.B. King, Taj Mahal, Buddy Guy, R.L. Burnside, Ali Farka Touré, Dave Matthews Band, Tracy Chapman, Oludara, Wilco? Who? And others. He's released 20 albums and collaborates on many others, bringing those sounds even further.
In 2003, Harris was a featured artist and narrator of the Martin Scorsese film Feel Like Going Home, which traced the evolution of blues from West Africa to the southern U.S. In 2007, he was awarded a MacArthur Fellowship, commonly referred to as a Genius Award, from the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation.
He's currently in the middle of a 2-day residency at the Springfield Conservatory for the Arts here in Springfield, and on Friday, he'll be performing at the Bombyx Center for Arts and Equity in Florence. Let's start with some live music from our very special guest, Corey Harris.
I can't believe this happened.
I know. I'm so excited.
Won't be late. Just can't wait until I read my black woman gate. Well, I won't be late. Just can't wait until I read my black woman gate. To driving rain and sleet or snow, follow my baby no matter where she go. Well, I won't be late. Just can't wait until I read my black woman gates. Well, I won't be late. Just can't wait until I read my black woman gates. Moon rising high and the corn it grow. Follow my baby no matter where she go. Well, I won't be late. Just can't wait until I read my black woman. Well, I won't be. Just can't wait until I read my black woman. Yeah. Woo! Won't be late. Just can't wait until I read my black woman game. 6 shaggy puppies, 1 old mangy hound. Take all them dogs just to run my rider down. Well, I won't be late. I just can't wait until I read my black woman game. Well, I won't be late. Just can't wait until I read my black woman. Well, I won't be late. Just can't wait until I read my black woman gate.
Oh my God.
Woo!
That just happened.
That is amazing. The legendary Corey Harris joins us live in studio for Live Music Wednesday. Corey is performing live at Bombyx on Friday, where you can go see him, but it's spending today and tomorrow in the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts with some of the kids.
You're looking at me, but it's just one of those times where I've been looking at, like, every time we bring in, like, guitarists that I admire, I just look at their hands and go, how?
I do the same thing.
Yeah, you can see the worn out part of the finger pick.
Yeah.
Plate, right?
Only a 12-year-old guitar, too.
Yeah. So you're finger picking that one. You're not using a pick like some people may be familiar with a guitar. Right, yeah. Tell us about where you first fell in love with the blues.
Ooh, well, I guess just
lean into that microphone a little bit
more.
Right,
coming from a Southern family, you know, my mother comes from Texas, and I got relatives in Kentucky, Louisiana, Arkansas. So I first heard the blues at like house parties at home when the adults would get together and have a good time, and they would play records. So the first artist I heard that I knew was the blues
was ZZ Hill, Down Home Blues. Yeah, and then after that, my stepfather was a big B.B. King fan. So when I was 11, they took me to see B.B. King, and I got to shake his hand. He gave me a guitar pick.
Wow, that's cool.
You know, so, and then years later, I was opening up for him. So.
Wow.
When you first heard that blues, were you already a musician and then decided?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
was playing trumpet in the marching band and baritone, and I was dabbling on the guitar. Yeah.
Why make the move to guitar entirely? Was it easier to write blues on guitar than to stay in horns and brass where you had started?
Well, you know, I was a horn player. I was still in school, in public school. I stopped playing horn around, I was about 12 or 13. So I wasn't really composing yet. But what drew me to the guitar was the whole idea that I could sing and play at the same time, which you can't do with horn, of course.
Yes.
And then the guitar is like a portable orchestra as well. So you could really get your composer chops in order on the guitar in a way you couldn't on the horn, you know.
That is the legend Corey Harris. I want to call him a genius, and I can because he's a MacArthur Genius Grant. I don't want it to go to your head, but I'm sure you're used to it by now. It's been almost 20 years.
Yeah.
We're also joined in the studio by the director of the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts, Marcos Carreras, as well as Kristen Neville from Blues to Green, who puts on the Springfield Jazz and Roots Festival. We've been in touch all this week, very excited about Corey coming to town. Kristen, what's your relationship with Corey and Blues to Green's involvement in all of this?
So Blues to Green, through our Legacy Education project, is hosting Corey's residency at the conservatory. And I had connected with Cassandra at Bombix because Corey was going to be performing there and everything aligned. We were able to connect with Marcos, and the timing was right for it all to come together.
That's great.
What have the kids been like? I mean, you're only a day into this 2 days.
Oh, it was an intense day. It was an intense day. He has a lot to share.
But are kids, do you find that the kids that you end up talking to are really receptive to the blues? Because I'm
Very
always
much
curious
so.
about that.
Yeah, today, well, I guess this is a special case. So these are children, young adults, I should say, who are already well-versed in music. They already have an idea of what their musical identity is, what they want to do, what they're good at. So for me, it was humbling to meet all these very passionate, very exceptional young people who are really good at what they do, you know, and then to be able to be in this environment. It was my dream as when I was their age to be able to go to some creative school and, you know, be under the tutelage of all these different teachers, you know, so I just had to do it the hard way and just listen to music and get it where I could, you know. So it was great just to see how excited they are, and really it gave me hope. You ask about the next generation. To see these young people gives me hope, because I realized, and a part of this was sitting with them today, I realized that each generation navigates the blues, translates the blues in their own way according to what they're dealing with at the time. And listening to the lyrical content and things they were singing with, I realized, okay, this is the now. This is what's going on now. And the blues has always been about the now. Like when we listen to, say, Robert Johnson or Booker White, Son House, they weren't old men at the time. They were young men, 19, 20 years old. They were playing the hot music of their day, you know. So listening to these young people made me feel like, okay, the blues can be hot again. You know, we can bring in what's real with the young people, and so they can really communicate to others.
You worked with the kids on creating an original blues song today,
Yeah,
right?
we're working on it, yeah.
So what are they writing about? What do they have the blues about at the Springfield
Well,
Conservatory of the
love.
Arts?
There's a lot.
A lot of love songs, you know, a song about ice,
Uh-huh.
a song about being black in a white world. So yeah, just some of the things like love. Of course, we always need love songs in the blues. That goes with it. But I like that they even went beyond that and really using the blues as a tool for protest to talk about what's going on right now. And they all have, you know, different experiences with ice and, you know, the things that are going on today. So.
Yeah, and one of the great things that we did, we started with a large group challenge, and it was open-ended. We broke them up into groups of 7, and they had to come up with their own original lyrics, 3 stanzas and a hook, and then they had to play instruments with it. And then after lunch, we presented everything as a group, and then we divided them into even larger groups for the second hour. And then they had to come up with singing of the lyrics. They had to dance to it and play instruments.
All in front of Corey Harris.
All in front of Corey Harris and present in front of the kids.
They didn't even worry about it.
And
Yeah.
it was magical. And having this opportunity to work with such a legend such as Corey Harris and working with the the Blues of Green Foundation and Christian Neville, it's become a tradition at our school, and we're so lucky to be able to host, Grammy artists and Tony Award-winning artists at our school every month. And this specific visit is so unique on a global stage because they don't have blues in their life.
Really?
Right? And so
did you work with them in advance to
Yes,
introduce them
I had
to
to
Corey
understand-
and the blues in general?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had to talk about formula. We had to talk about the historical context, from the Reconstruction era, 1967 up, and how it's evolved from regional. And I learned today that there's, blues idioms from Florida and Kentucky and Virginia. That was beyond my wildest comprehension. So we were talking about finding a way to archive this, all of his history. And, we talked about self-promotion as well. But the biggest part is
Marcos is the greatest hype man. to have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I told them I'm for hire. But the idea is to give these next generation understanding and context to which they can relate to it. And they took it and ran with it in ways that I'd never even thought possible. And that's all because of his teaching. We were so blessed to have him. We're very lucky.
I'm blessed to be with you all.
No,
ahead.
no, we should.
Should we do a song and then take a break?
Sure.
Let's do it. We're going to try to fit 3 songs in because Corey Harris is here. Come on. So let's do another song here on Live Music Wednesday, the Fabulous 413 with Corey Harris. We'll be at Bombyx on Friday and is in residency right now at the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts.
All right, well, this tune is my tribute song to Edward Snowden. It's called Watching You. Watching you and they watching you and they watching you. Who you talking to and they watching you. They're even listening to and they watching you. Watching me and you. My eyes on you while you watching what I do. Everywhere I go, even who I be talking to. Well, them slavery days, oh no, remember when them chains and shackles, remember when time come again where they're watching you and they're watching you and they're watching you. Who you talking to and they're watching you, they're even listening to and they're watching you, watching me and you. Hey. I can congregate. Don't want Bobo Shanty to meditate. It is I they violate. Even I they designate. For what, Bobo? For investigation and prosecution. What else? So much separation in every nation where they're watching you and they watching you and they're watching you. Who you talking to and they're watching you. They're even listening to and they're watching you. Watching me and you. Watching you and watching you. They are listening to. Hey. One day the powers that be, well, they are all gonna flee. Even now the fire's getting hotter, and there will be no more water. And my brother Nestor wrote the line, say they can't stop the time, earthquake and fire, they go find. Well, they're gonna find, yeah, where they're watching you and they're watching you and they're watching you. Who you talking to and they're watching you. They're even listening to and they're watching you. Watching and they're watching you and they're watching you and they're watching you. Who you talking to and they're watching you. They're even listening, watching me and you. They are listening, they are watching, they are listening. Say they be watching you.
Wow. The legendary Corey Harris live in the studio here in the fabulous 413. You can see him live on Friday at Bombyx in Florence. And if you happen to be a student at the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts, you're going to hang out with him all day tomorrow like you did today. We'll take a quick little break and come back more with Corey Harris and Kristen Neville and Marcos Carreras.
You're listening to the Fabulous 413 on 88.5 NEPM.
Welcome back to the Fabulous 413. We are joined live in the studio by the legendary blues guitarist Corey Harris, as well as Marcos Carreras from the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts and Kristen Neville from Blues to Green.
Do you want to disclose now?
Oh, they're an underwriter for the show on Friday at Bombyx, where you can go see Corey Harris live, but that's not why we invited him here.
I mean, if
It's
you have
'cause
the
he's
chance to have Corey Harris in
amazing.
studio,
Yes,
you bring
he's
Corey Harris to the studio.
Underwriter or not.
You've been across, like, through a large portion of the African diaspora and, like, collecting sounds and incorporating them into your music. Yeah. But, like, which one resonated with you enough to change how you write?
Ooh, very good question. I would guess Malian music in general, Bambara music, and also Songhai music. I spent a lot of time with Ali Farka Touré, and I also play with Sheikh Kamala Diabate, Baseku Kuyate, different players. And so, even though I don't speak Bamana, the way that I sing and the way I play guitar has been very much influenced by how they play over there. You know, yeah.
And is that something you're bringing to the kids at the Springfield Conservatory, where, you know, the African roots of the blues?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And what is their take on that?
I mean, they seem to take it for granted. They don't see it as anything controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why would it be
No,
controversial?
yeah, but they can hear it, they can recognize it, and they appreciate it?
I mean, you did win a Genius grant to go and look into how those things are connected. Not that any sort of, like, transatlantic travel would have not disclosed how they're connected.
Right. You also worked with Billy Bragg and Wilco on Mermaid Avenue, and they're, for the first time ever, performing the Mermaid Avenue things at Solid Sound in June. Now, the way that you just looked at me when I said that makes me believe you're not going to be there.
No,
I'm going to pull some strings.
Okay,
Because we're supposed to be there broadcasting live. You got to come and play with them. Hoodoo Voodoo, I think, is one that you had a lot of a handle in. And if the story is correct, Natalie Merchant put you in their orbit, too.
That's right.
So, yeah, you
That's
worked
right.
with all
And
so many
Nora
greats.
Guthrie was there with us. We recorded it in Dublin.
Nice.
And she told us all kind of stories about her father, what it was like having Woody Guthrie as a father. You know, what it was like having Bob Dylan come in and sing for Woody Guthrie on his deathbed.
Yeah.
And Bob Dylan was basically cosplaying Woody Guthrie at that time.
Right.
And she said it was very strange. And the whole family was like, what in the hell? You know, it's very unnerving, you know. So it's just stories like that you would have never got from anybody else.
Wow.
You know?
Well, let's hear another song before we run out of time, and then maybe we'll be able to chat even a little bit more at the end.
Yay.
Well, this is a song written by the great Skip James. It's called Devil Got My Woman. Rather I be the devil to be that woman, man. Well, I'd rather I be the devil to be that woman, man. Well, I lay down last night, I laid and I tried to take my rest. But my mind got to rambling like the wild geese from the west. My baby don't drink no whiskey, she don't drink no whiskey. And my girl ain't crazy about wine. It was nothing but the devil, she done chained my baby mind.
may be right, I may be right, I may. And then again, I may be wrong. It was nothing but the devil. Well, the woman that I love, the woman that I love, stole her from my best friend. Well, you know, he got lucky, stole her back again. Stole her back again.
Legendary Corey Harris, live in the
God.
studio with us, playing at Bombix on Friday in Florence and doing a residency at the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts, which is directed by Marcos Carreras and has been supported by Blues to Greens, which Kristen Neville is part of. And I know your husband was a big believer in going into the schools and taking his legendary music and sharing it with a younger generation, which is beautiful that this continues.
Yes.
What was it like playing the blues in Maine when you were at Bates?
Well, you know, I was so much younger, you know, so I wasn't as advanced with the blues, but I was writing my own blues songs that were kind of like between blues and jazz, and I was playing with other musicians. There's a brother that I was friends with at the time. He's a playwright in Philly now named Ozzie Jones, and we played a lot together at Bates together, and yeah, but it was you know, it's a different environment. You know, it's a collegiate environment, Maine, small town. So yeah, I can't really say it was the same blues that I'm playing now. A little different.
A
little different.
And that was before you explored
Yeah.
the African continent musically too, right?
What you say?
Was that before you had went to Cameroon?
Yeah, Bates.
and-
I was
yeah.
at Bates for 3 years, and I went to Africa in my junior year, and then I went back again after I graduated for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well,
So cool.
Corey Harris is going to bring all of that wisdom and the ancient tradition of the blues
And
to
all of that melody, like it's the melody in your blues is something that is incredibly unique.
Oh, thank you so much.
and the way that you incorporate the different rhythms and things like that. It's really remarkable. And you have an opportunity to see it on Friday at Bombix, and I can't wait to hear what the kids think tomorrow, day 2 of the residency at the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts. Marcos Carreras from the Springfield Conservatory, Kristen Neville from Blues to Green, and a legendary genius, Corey Harris, who's been joining us in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure. Thank you.